Welcome into the DFS Huddle. I like that little countdown. Very serious.
Yeah, very serious.
Very succinct, to the point. Beautiful graphics up here. Welcome into the DFS Huddle. We're going to talk Super Bowl 60, talk some bets. We'll have a little bit of fun with that, and we'll talk UFC Vegas 113. Very excited. This is also the last weekend before Daytona, my friends. So the DFS Huddle, you come in here. I'll be ready to rock and roll with some NASCAR stuff. I'm going to drive the full Daytona 500 with my steering wheel simulator while it's going on. I can't wait, dude. I'm not getting up for breaks. I'm going to do it just like it's going to be a lot of fun. So a lot of good stuff here. If you want all of our best bets, picks, DFS stuff, Erik's on absolute fucking fire over there. Click the link. Come join the DFS Huddle. $15 a month. A lot of fun there. My man, Super Bowl 60, this is a nightmare for me, okay? I'm a 49er fan. I live around a lot of these meth head Seahawks fans. I hate Seahawks fans. Okay. Just, so this Super Bowl is brutal for me. I'm trying to find some interest. I do believe I found the best bet of the entire Super Bowl, and I want to get your opinion on it. We'll find that. But overall, are you excited about this Super Bowl? Seems to me more people care about the halftime show than the game itself. That's how it feels to me.
I mean, I've dug deep. All my bets are locked and loaded up on our Patreon. So, some of them, like the Kenneth Walker receiving prop. I mean, if you guys are in there, we've got a full yard better than the market right now because that keeps on getting juiced up. We got it at 20.5. I think it's up to 22.5. So beat it with there. So I just have a lot of props. I have a lot of little prop plays and players. I don't really have a side because I really don't know exactly how I'm going to bet or if I'm going to bet it. I just have a lot of side action and some. That's it. But I am excited for the last football game, and always going to be excited for that.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, all the stuff. So you mentioned running back and receiving yards. So here's what I think. We'll just start the top of the show. How about that? Just grab you right away. My best bet, as I've been looking through, is Travion Henderson. He hasn't really played the last couple of games, especially last week. I don't think that's because he's phased out of the game plan. It's just in that kind of weather. Ramondre Stevenson had the experience in a close game. You don't want to put a rookie who's not played in those situations. But I expect Travion Henderson to be a little bit more involved. And I kind of noticed a discrepancy here, and I want to get your thoughts on it. So if you go offshore and look at Travion Henderson receiving props, to record a catch, he's minus 200, minus 180 in those range to record over half a reception. And his receiving yards are 14 plus at plus 121. You head over to DraftKings right now. Travion Henderson's receiving yards are 4 plus receiving yards at minus 108. I think that's the best bet of the Super Bowl. 4 yards, near even money at minus 108. And then you go to 15 yards, which is near offshore. It's a full $2 better at plus 324.
Yeah.
So I really like this Travion Henderson 4 plus receiving yards at minus 108. Guy had over 200 yards receiving during the year. Seahawks are a physical defense, so they're going to need to get the ball. I expect more Travion Henderson than you saw in the AFC Championship game. But when you just look at that, so every book has him heavily favored to at least get one catch. Offshore to get 14 yards, it's plus 120. On DraftKings to get 4 yards, it's minus 108, and they get 15, it's plus 324. I think you can all do the math there. I love the Travion Henderson 4 plus receiving yards, minus 108. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be their most electric back. I don't know why they don't get him the ball more in space. I think against the Seattle defense, that's something you have to do. Seattle's been great against the perimeter defending wide receivers. I think it's going to be a Henderson, Hunter Henry, someone like that Drake May is going to have to try to get the ball to. I'm looking at the snaps right now. Stevenson for the playoffs has played 280 and Henderson has played 64. I mean, that's the one worry point. When I'm looking at routes right now.
I really think the weather and the situation had a lot to do with that, though. Don't you think?
I think we can kind of throw the Denver game out.
Right.
And even the Houston game, too, because, I mean, that was some dog shit weather, too. So it's tough to kind of look at the raw data. So, I mean, it is kind of intriguing because he's going to be their most electric person in space.
4 yards receiving to me. To me, the numbers just don't add up when you look at it across the board. And I worry that are they going to catch up to the offshore numbers? And is this 4 going to go away? And is this plus 320 for 15 going to go away? Because I'm going to get on the 4. I'm betting the 4 yards like now. I'm betting it's going to go away.
That's a good find by you because most of the stuff for people like watching, what happens is DraftKings will set their stuff. They'll see what the offshore books are doing, and then they'll just quickly go to what all the Costa Rica books are doing. So,
right,
how many props are here for the Super Bowl? I think It looks like
a lot of them don't even. A lot of the offshore, like I went to Bovada, Bet Online, they didn't even have it. Bet US and a couple other ones did have the yardage, and it was at 14. You're getting 4 at DraftKings at nearly the same price. I don't know what I don't think I'm missing anything there.
No, I think
you do. But I don't think it'll be there for long. So if that's something you're interested in, you're making your parlays, get that Travion Henderson 4 yards minus 108. I think that's a steal, and I don't think that'll be there much longer. DFS wise in this game, I mentioned Travion Henderson's the guy too, who's taken the biggest salary drop. Right, he was routinely one of the higher price guys. Now he's 3,800 on DraftKings. Looking at some value guys.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense. But what are you doing here, strategy wise? Appreciate everyone watching. By the way, I saw a bunch of people just jump in. You didn't hear what I just said. DraftKings, Travion Henderson, 4 receiving yards. You can't find it anywhere else. It's 14 plus offshore. The numbers don't line up, so go check it out. But are you focusing on the quarterbacks, receivers? Who do you like at captain? This could be an ugly game. There's a world where both defenses are in the winning lineup, right? The kickers. What do you think?
I mean, who do I like at captain? Jesus, that's going to be a thing. As crazy as it sounds, I mean, are we at a world where we're going to look to either play Hunter Henry? He's gone 6 for 81 on 10 targets in 3 playoff games, has scored in 6 of 4 games with 3 grabs. He's averaging 3.3 grabs, 37 yards. And the thing that people forget is last year he played against this defense. He had a $109 last year against this defense. Seattle's been elite on the outside. They funnel stuff in the middle. Hunter Henry paying down, getting him at the captain position. I think I kind of like that. I kind of like AJ Barner, as crazy as it sounds, because both these teams really do struggle defending the tight end. And by paying down, getting him, that's going to open up where we can put some of these bigger price games in our lineups. When we look, he went 3 for 40 and 1 TD in weeks 16 and 17. But in the 3 games since, he's only had 6 targets, 4 receptions, 27 yards. But he leads them in snaps, and he's second on routes behind JSN. So he's definitely on the field. Now, in my head, what I like to do in the Super Bowl is kind of play how I think it's going to go out. It wouldn't shock me if Vrabel takes a page out of Belichick's book, bracket coverage JSN, put Gonzalez on Cooper Kupp. I mean, that leaves AJ Barner just kind of chilling with a great matchup. So I see a path with AJ Barner could be that guy that oh shit, he had a good game. Get him 1 touchdown, 30 yards in a captain spot. I'm all about that. So I'm kind of looking at Hunter Henry and AJ Barner, as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, the Hunter Henry thing, and it's the one weakness in terms of if you look at fantasy points allowed to the position, it's the one weakness. They were 22nd against the tight end position were the Seahawks. My problem is, God, I've been doing the Hunter Henry thing every week. And it's like sometimes you're like, God, all they do is throw to Hunter Henry. And then other times you're like, they throw to Austin Hooper more than fucking Hunter Henry. And so then you're just pissed off. You mentioned, bracketing is Belichick. And I'm glad you brought that up. It's like you're reading my mind. Is he going to, as Belichick was known for, especially these big games, take away the one thing that's going to beat you? Now, my one concern is, do they think JSN is the one thing that's going to beat you, or are they more worried about the Seahawks running game? Because the Seahawks run the ball a ton.
Well, I mean, even with Milton Williams, when you look at, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but
you're right.
It's like when you look at Milton Williams, when he's been in the lineup, they've just been stout. So I think just having Big Milt there,
so you
going to struggle.
You mentioned bracketing JSN, which I think you'll probably, I think you will probably see. That's certainly on the table, right? The Belichick playbook when it comes to JSN, fresh off his offensive player of the year. Then you put Christian Gonzalez, which is just a matchup disadvantage for Cooper Kupp. It's a guy like Jake Bobo sneak a touchdown in. Like they love Jake Bobo.
It's funny you mentioned that. I'd put a prop bet in on Jake Bobo to have over half a reception at plus 190 in the Patreon. All he needs is 1 reception. He's had 1 reception in each of the playoff games. If this does get the way of the route, which a lot of people are predicting, that's going to open up more time for him. And then with what we just laid out, I think there's a path because Shaheed's just a field stretcher. He doesn't have the route tree that Bobo has. I mean, definitely, I think it's
Bobo
for Jake the Snake Bobo, dude.
Imagine winning $1 million DFS lineup in the Super Bowl because you rocked and rolled with Jake Bobo, our preseason darling. We've talked about, probably this show's talked Jake Bobo more than any show.
Oh, 100%. Jake the
Love
Snake.
Jake Bobo. Yeah, I hate the Seahawks, but give me some Jake Bobo. I just think it's interesting. Last question. We'll sort of make a lineup here. Value receivers. I mean, especially with the Patriots, they are a frustrating team. You know, there's a multitude of mediocre receivers who are mediocre priced, who can break the slate or who can get you a 0. And that's all of them. That's fucking all of them after Stephon Diggs, right? That's all of them.
Yep.
So of the Demario Douglas, Mac Hollins, who made his return and seemed to play at played 62% of the snaps last week. Douglas, Hollins, Kyle Williams. Is there one of these tertiary guys that you're looking at that might fit into your lineup here for the Patriots?
Gino and I talked earlier, our friend Gino, he is very high on Mac Hollins. When we looked at it, 3 straight of 50 yards, his average is 6 targets, 4 and 54. I really like Mac Hollins. Keyshawn Butte has gone 3
Keyshawn Butte, thank you.
5 and 3 of 65. He's averaging 3 grabs and 49 yards. I'm kind of out on Stephon Diggs in this game. You know, I posted a bet on Diggs in the Patreon. I'm kind of completely out on Diggs this game. I think we're going to see Keyshawn Boutte, but the worry there is, does Drake May's shoulder okay where he's able to push the ball down the field?
Yeah, a lot of questions there. Defenses, are you going to play both? Like the Seahawks defense, I've been against playing them because, you know, it's been more heart over mind. But, I mean, they have the matchups here, right? There's not really great weapons on the outside for Drake May. Seahawks are excellent across the board, stopping the run. Seahawks defense?
I kind of like I mean, you could honestly make both defenses. I mean, I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. You could probably fit both defenses in there if you honestly want to, and you're playing a tournament to break it down 50-50
so
wide.
Jokes for that.
Seattle. I'm sorry.
I had so many jokes for that. When you can fit. Never mind. I'm a child. Erik. You know this.
I know that.
All right. Seahawks defensive cap. Should we make a lineup real quick? Then we'll go talk UFC.
Let's do it.
All right. You're the man. You did all this beautiful work. You get to pick the captain.
Jesus Christ.
Just please not AJ Barner. I can't. I don't want to click that. I don't want to click that.
What about Hunter Henry?
Okay, fine. It's painful. It's fine. It's because they he just burns me. You know, I love Hunter Henry, but look at his fantasy output. So let's go to week 12, 27.5 against the Bengals. Everyone picks him up on the waiver wire. Let's rock and roll, right? Yep. Next week he gets 11 against the Giants. Not bad. Then they go on their bye. Come back in a game against Buffalo where there's 66 points scored. He gets 2.8 fantasy points. Then he goes on a little run, double digits, 15, 13, 10, 15, gets into Houston, 1 point. Denver, I'm going to give a pass on that game last week, 3 points. So his floor is so low that it's scary, as I guess I said that in a long way. But all right, Hunter Henry at captain. Next, I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker. I think you got to play him. I know the Patriots have allowed the second fewest fantasy points to opposing running backs, but Kenneth Walker is going to get the ball in what could be a low-scoring game. Give me some Kenneth Walker. How about that? We're making lineups, and now I'm fucking picking Kenneth Walker.
Love it. I love it.
It's just because Charbonnet is injured. That's really the only reason why that.
I love it.
All right, what do you got next?
AJ Barner. There we
go.
AJ
Barner. There we go. Let's get AJ. It's fine. He's not in the captain spot. I'll allow it. Next, I'm going to take like the rushing upside and whatnot. I'm going to take Drake May. We need a quarterback in there. We need some raw points. Let's take Drake May, the quarterback, throwing to the tight end, right? If Hunter Henry has a good game, ideally, Drake May would be the one helping him.
Okay. I'm going to take Seattle's defense.
Don't hate it. Pretty expendy. The defense is 44. Not bad. So now I have 9,500 for the last spot. But you can't play Darnold or JSN, so it's either Diggs or Stevenson. I guess. In this particular build, since we're doing May and Henry, maybe the passing game I might go Diggs, but Ramondre at 88, that leaves 700 on the table. So that's Hunter Henry at captain, Walker, Barner, May, Seahawks, and Stevenson. It's tough. It's ugly.
It's disgusting.
It's an ugly one. We'll have some lineups posted at our Patreon DFS Huddle. So check that out. All right. Now, let's shift our focus. Let's head over to UFC Vegas 113. This is going to be in the. I got to get logged back in. Apparently, this is going to be in the Apex. The main event. You have Vinicius Oliveira taking on. God, why am I forgetting? Mario Batista. Thank you very much. It's not a bad card. You have some good fighters on here. Once again, just like last week. We got some Henry Love in the most receiving yards at plus 950. What do you think here? So I'm building, when you're looking at lineups, you always want to start with who do I think is going to win, right? And I found it very difficult. The two that I really like, that I feel pretty damn good about, and they're going to get the job done. I like Mikey O to knock out Marc-Andre Barrios. Starting every lineup with Mikey O against Marc-Andre Barrios. And I think I'm going to take old Varetnikov to get the job done over my boy who's won me money before as a dog, Nico Price. I think those two are like probably my two favorite high price guys at the top end of the spectrum here. Who do you think is going to put up the most points? Who are the high price guys you're looking at?
I mean, I love Michael O. You mentioned him. Absolutely love him. The other high priced guy that I love, I actually kind of like Batista. I mean, I think overall he's a better fighter. When I look back, I don't think Oliveira does one thing better than him. I think it's going to set up where Oliveira is going to gas, and we're going to see a Batista sub. We're going to see a lot of control time. Absolutely love him there. And then who's the other guy? I like my boy Hurakochi too. I think he's minus 340 favorite, implies a 77% win probability. I think from a skill standpoint, he holds the clear advantages on the feet with the speed, the power, the volume, the footwork, the defense. It's in the apex of the smaller cage. I think that's going to help him as well. And I really think there's a lot of finishing upside with him, given the fact he has 20 finishes in his 35 careers. So those higher price guys, those are the three I'm looking at: Batista, Michael O, and Huramochi.
Yeah, and one other guy that I want to throw in there, and I do not like the Basharat brothers. I think they stink. They're weak. They're not very good. However, now we're getting Javid Basharat. I think he's going to be probably the highest owned fighter, and I think it's chalk you got to take. His opponent dropped yesterday, did Javad Basharat. So now he's getting replaced with this Gianni Vasquez, making his debut, coming up a weight class on 2 days' notice to face Javid Basharat at 8,300. You have to play that in your DFS lineups. Javid Basharat should slaughter this guy. And so what you're getting is he's now favored in such a way where he should be. I don't have the line on that fight in front of me, but he's priced in a way where as a pick'em fight, he was supposed to fight Said Nurmagomedov, and it was 8,300, 7,900. So now he's getting this Vasquez guy who's priced at 6,500. So really, Basharat should be priced at 9,500. If that makes sense. If everyone's following along, for example, what's the closest I can find on this card? For example, Amir Albazi is 6,900. His opponent Horiguchi is 9,300. So at 6,500, you would expect Basharat to be at 9,500. But since this contest came out before the fight switch, you're getting Javid Basharat at 8,300. So it's the only time you'll ever hear me say to play a Basharat brother. Yeah, it's Javid. It's Javid, and it's because he's got everything on this guy now. A full camp. The other guy's coming up, a full weight class on 2 days' notice. Javid Basharat, 8,300. I think makes a ton of sense. All right, let's talk the underdogs. Right, let's talk the guys under 8K. Who do we think? I think right now, my guys, Jacob, Wilkaux. I think he can beat Gurov. Just watching Gafarov. Looks like the busier guy, possibly the stronger guy. Why the hell would anyone do that or go up a weight class on 2 days' notice? Because Dana White, there's a lot of guys who don't have good records, but if you take fights and you're kind of a company guy, you'll stay in the company and make money.
They look out for you.
They look out for you. They really do. That's one of the things they look out for. I think Wilkaux over Gafarov is one that I'm looking at. And I sort of was thinking Vinicius could out-muscle Batista a little bit. But I don't know. What do you think here, guys under 8K? Because I think it's slim pickings, and I don't know who the hell to pick.
I got a lot.
You might be looking for someone to lose, but get you the most fantasy points, right? Just give you enough points. Because I have a hard time with this one. What do you think?
I got a couple of them. First of all, we're gonna go deep. We're gonna go to the opening run. We're gonna look at Priscilla. I think she's really interesting. I think she's gonna be able to close the distance. Force exchange. Claudia's coming off a modified MMA bout where takedowns weren't allowed. Anytime I see something like that, it's an automatic red flag for me. She's not a consistent shooter when she goes to fight. She typically needs to clinch to get fights down to the ground. Closing the distance against Phyllis, I think it's going to be hard with the way she fights. She's not going to allow Claudia to get into the clinch. I'm interested in that one for sure. She's, I believe 7,600. The next one I am looking at now. Hear me out. Don't hate me for saying this. Nico Price. Didn't love his last fight. I think the price matters. I think if Price can get this fight to the ground early, I think he can take it. Capable of wrestling, 7,300. Using him is going to open up a lot of flexibility. Also high. He's a volatile play with a lot of upside. What about Mean Gene Matsumoto? His opponent doesn't like to be pressured. Gene will bring it. He's got that Muay Thai clinch. Wrestling, he's going to make fights ugly. And that's exactly where you beat his opponent who wants clear striking. And we saw in his last round, we saw it in the last one. When he was pressured, he was really uncomfortable. The fighter he didn't do it until the third round. If he can make this fight physical, I think Matsumoto has the edge. Another one I like, Brazil.
I love fading to Basharat. So that's the other. He's fighting the other Basharat brother, Fareed Basharat. They're both weak. They're both not like physically strong guys. I just worry about Matsumoto. I think someone you have to play because even if he loses, he should accrue some points, right? And you might be having a look at that. The only thing I worry about, he's sloppy. He keeps his chin up.
Yeah,
comes in. His defense isn't great, so I worry he's going to get caught. But
I got a couple more. I like Brazil. I think she is going. I think she should be favorite. I think this is a little mispriced. She's at plus 125 on the line I'm looking at right now. I don't like what's her name? Wang. I do not like her takedown defense at all. I think that's a major question mark. Maharat can wrestle. A lot of people are worried about her cardio, but she's moving up from 115. I think that's going to help in a big way. I think if she can get Wang on the ground, there is a grappling path where she's just going to be able to control with scoring time, with control time, excuse me. And the last one, and I went deep here, dude. Julius Walker.
Juicy J.
Dirty boxing, wrestling, be the bully. If he stays at range, it's a disaster. Dustin can be taken down and controlled. If Walker commits to the game plan, he is live. And it's another thing, it's this price point. If you can just find two of these guys, it's just going to drop everything down. It's really going to open up so you can get those higher price guys. And I think this card compared to last card, there's a lot more options where you're able to do that.
So Julius Walker was one I was going to bring up. So Dustin Jacoby is better than him in all areas, right? He just simply is. Maybe not grappling. Grappling, Julius Walker. He's young, so we don't know how good his grappling is yet, but he might have the advantage. But what I do like about this, Dustin Jacoby last week was in Australia in the corner for Cody Brundage, right? He wasn't even going to fight. Then he kind of gets this short. So now he's coming over, flying jet lag within a week on short notice. Now he's a veteran. Dustin Jacoby has what? I don't know how many, 20 some MMA fights in the UFC, 30 professional, 31 professional MMA fights. But when you look, he hasn't really fought many grapplers, right? So we don't know how he's going to just look at his list of opponents. His last opponent, Lopez, not a grappler. Vitor Petrino, striker. Dominic Reyes, striker. Alonzo Benefield, striker. Kennedy Nzechukwu, striker. Mirzakhanov, striker. Khalil Roundtree, striker. Zhang, striker. Mikey O, striker. The last person he really faced Ian Kudalaba, I guess you could sort of say has a ground game, but he just hasn't. They've been putting him in with nothing but strikers, which has helped Dustin Jacoby look pretty good. it's interesting. Julius Walker, if he can get the grappling on a guy who's just flying over from Australia in a week, taking this fight on short notice, I think you have something there with Julius Walker. But what do you make of like and we have someone talking about the Jailton Almeida fight, which is interesting, against Kunaev.
He's the one mid-range guy I really like. I mean, I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's underpriced in the terms of the betting eyes. I think he's going to hunt takedowns. Everyone has been successful against Kunaev. He has the power. His defensive wrestling, I don't think he's going to be able to keep this standing. And when I was looking back at his tapes, he does have a tendency of giving up his back. And if he gives up his backs and we're able to get control time and a sub win, that's exactly what we're looking for in one of these mid-tier guys.
So the reason I worry for it in terms of DFS, Jailton Almeida, when he gets a guy down, he just doesn't do anything with it. Look at his last fight with Alexander Volkov. He took Volkov down 7 times, had 11 minutes of control time, only landed 9 significant strikes, and lost the fight.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys, like you'll rack up points with the takedowns. And so he got 61.6 and a loss. But if he's unable to take Kunaev, and Kunaev's the guy that Pot for Stir is going to be very strong, much bigger. Let's not forget, Jailton Almeida started out as a 185er.
Yeah.
He's not a big heavyweight. He should be fighting at 205 and wiping people out in that division. That's where he belongs. He's a small heavyweight. His biggest when he's trying is around 230 pounds. So that'd be my concern, is if he doesn't get the takedown on the sub, where are the fucking points coming from? I mean, the significant strikes here. I mean, even one. He lost in the second round to Curtis Blades. We all remember that fight. Took him down a bunch and then couldn't strike. He gassed out in the second round because he took him down 9 times in the first round and then had nothing left in the second round.
Yeah.
Curtis Blades knocks him out. He landed 1 strike. 9 total strikes, 1 significant strike in that fight. So that concerns me in terms of the points. At 8,300, the best mid-tier guy is going to be Javid Basharat because he's fighting a nobody and the price is wrong. I just want to. It's really important to me that I get that out there. Anyone else on this UFC? You want to make a lineup on the UFC?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's make a lineup. All right. Well, like I said, you get to go first. You're the man, the legend. I love all this beautiful work you do.
I get to go first. Okay. Are we doing the captain one? Or are we just doing
no? There's no cap. It's just DraftKings, so there's no captain bullshit. Not like that crap on FanDuel.
Okay, I will take. I'll take Michael O.
Mikey O, let's get him in there. I think you all know who I'm going to take. I'm going to take Basharat at 8,300. If he loses to this guy, then I fucking lose. But I just don't think that's going to happen. So give me Javid Basharat at 8,300 if I could find him.
I will take. Walker at 75.
Julius Walker, 7,500. For me, I'm going to take Baretnikov. I think he knocks Nico Price out. Nico Price, I think, is at the end here, aging poorly. Give me some Baretnikov at 8,900. So we still have 8,100 left for the next 2 fighters.
Okay. I'll take Brazil. Brenda Brazil.
Bruna Brazil. At 7,800, leaving 8,400 left. So we're going to fill this last spot with, I think I'm going to take Weeklaus. Take Weeklaus here at 8,000. So that's Bruno Brazil, Weeklaus, Varetnikov, Juicy J, Julius Walker, Javid Basharat, and Mikey O. That leaves you 400 on the table. Love all that. We did our Super Bowl stuff. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want all of our bets, lineups, Super Bowl stuff, come check out the DFS Huddle. Links in the video description below. Boom, boom, boom. Did you call the Wizards money line last night? Nice job.
I gave
over the Pistons.
I gave out the plus 15.5 and the plus 726 and the in the Discord.
So come join the Patreon. I mean, let's just get in there. Let's go.
Get in
there.
That was nice, dude. You know, got a
Jalen Duran getting hurt screwed my DFS lineup.
Yeah.
The Pistons came out flat. Isaiah Stewart. They were missing Tobias Harris right in that game as well, so they started Stewart. They were kind of a slow front court.
It was just a spot. I mean, they just came off a big win over the Nuggets. You know, the homestand ends tonight. You know, with the Knicks, which is like the big matchup in the East. You know, I was just playing the spot there, man.
And well, in the Knicks tonight, I believe Karl Anthony Towns is out. Don't know if OG Anunoby's going to play. I know Josh Hart's a little banged up.
Yeah. Well, I posted a bet on that game. You know, I got one college, one NBA posted in there, man. So
boom, boom, boom. Come click the link, join the Patreon, all that good stuff. We'll be back next week breaking down UFC. We're going to talk some fucking NASCAR. I cannot wait for NASCAR DFS. For Recky Stenhouse to ruin my super speedway lineup. Let's do it. For myself and Erik, thank you so much. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Hope you guys have a safe weekend. And of course, good luck on all your future weeks.